So guys, quite a number of questions have been coming in, especially after the disaster on my farm happened and my video blew to over 1 million views across the various channels. And some of the questions, I will attempt to answer them today. One of the questions are that, what were you doing before you started this particular poultry farm? Or what have you been doing, or what do you do? That is the question, let me say. So with this one, I was in the Ghana Public Service. You will call it civil service. I was in the Northern Regional Coordinating Council in one of the units or departments of the Coordinating Council. So if I was still in it by now, I would have become either a regional director or at least a district director of my unit in one of the districts in the north or in Ghana, any part of it. So why did we leave? Well, at a point, I calculated how much I was earning and I projected, I did all the juxtapositions of my potential income from the public service or from the civil service, and I noticed that if I was going to continue to be in it until I go on retirement by 60 years, I wouldn't be able to live my financial dream. No matter how I went back to school and came back and got promoted and all the other opportunities that may come alongside, I thought that no, I will never be able to achieve my financial goals in life if I was going to continue working in the civil or public service of Ghana. Beside this, there are no motivations to give off your best. Sometimes there are no basic equipment for you to do what you are employed to do, for which reason I left. And when you left, what have you been doing? And since you left, what have you been doing? I have been doing a host of things, but before I left, I had been trained as a master personal and business development coach. So as soon as I left, I became a professional coach, a professional personal coach that guide people in life choices, that guide people in some small business ideation, small business management and stuff. So then came 2020, after the COVID, then I established my private school, or let me say my private schools. There are actually two schools, as you may have seen, maybe me posting about it once in a while. DY Memorial School, which is a secular school, and then also International Islamic School, which is the Islamic component of it. The International Islamic School, which is the Arabic component of it, runs during weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and then also during vacations like this. So today being Monday, the 13th of April 2026, the Easter holidays, our school, our Arabic school, our Islamic school is running until schools resume, so that when we would have returned to the Saturday and Sundays. So we only go for vacation during the fasting period for 1 month and about 5 or 6 days, then we resume. So that is how I have been managing to survive whilst looking at other opportunities to get me to meet my financial dreams. So I was fortunate to get very hardworking, God-fearing, dedicated staff, men and women who are running the school for me, for which reason they are even running it better than I think I could ever do, for which reason I got the time, the freedom to be able to explore into other opportunities like this particular farming of poultry for eggs. So that is who I am and what I have been doing, what I am doing currently. So I run the farm exclusively by myself because I have time to do that, and then also I have the school that I occasionally go to manage things. But then every day, every second, I am in touch with payments and expenses and payroll issues and stuff. So I have my eyes on it because that is what feeds me and my family. So that is what I have been doing so far. I hope I have answered this particular question. The second question is, how far are you able to manage the smell and also the noise from your chicken farm, and vis-a-vis the threats that some of your neighbors were giving you about that? So far concerning the smell, I will say that we have been able to manage that to almost a zero level of smell from the chicken house, simply because, like I've been saying and like most of you have been warning, it has to do with rainwater or water rushing into the chicken house and making the place so soggy, leading to the development of ammonia and other gases that will go into my neighboring the neighboring houses, leading to the complaints. So far about the smell, I have been able to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to about 10 of this tarpaulin on this lane alone, and then also on the other lane I have put same. And as you have noticed in some of my videos, I have indicated that I use a lot of weather maps to read the weather, and then when rains are expected, I try to come and cover it. And I'm hoping that I will be able to continue with the covering of the chicken house so that rainwater does not fall into the chicken house to bring about smell that will worry me. As you know, I live here with my family, and I wouldn't want the smell to disturb my family, neither would I want the smell to also disturb my neighbors. For which reason, so far so good. As I'm inside the chicken house, and like many people who come into my family, my house, it is the structure and then maybe the little murmurings and movements of the chicks that make someone to know that there are chicks being taken care of here. If not, the smell is next to nothing. But then I can't say so with the noise coming from the chicken. Actually, like some of you have warned already, I'm beginning to experience some kind of noise that comes from some of the chicks, or let me say all the chicks. They make noise like co, and some of you are saying that sometimes or usually when chicks, usually when poultry are beginning to lay eggs or when they are laying eggs, they make this kind of noise, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the night. But then the most devastating and irritating smell comes when they are irritated. Someone comes to worry them, then they begin to make that bad, let me call it bad noise, which is the co, and that noise is so irritating. I experienced it twice and I wasn't happy at all, and I was really worried for my neighbors. But like I've been saying, I, from the bottom of my heart, will not want to do anything that will disturb my neighbors, even though some of them also do certain things that create noise and then it disturbs. But then with that particular noise, I asked my consultant what we can do to prevent it. He said there's actually virtually nothing we can do. It is just to hope that my neighbors will become used to it, and that when it begins to happen, they become used to it, and it wouldn't disturb them from maybe sleep or any of the activities. Just like me living with welders and then fufu machines and others. When it began, it was worrying, but now I'm becoming used to it. So I should hope that they become used to it quite fast, so that it doesn't lead to people taking me to authorities for the noise. So far, this is how far I've come with managing of the smell and managing of the noise. For the noise aspect, like I said, there is nothing much I'm able to do now, but then for the smell, there is a lot that I'm doing, and I'm hoping to do more. The third question, I believe the last question for today, would be that you seem to have a lot of money already. Why are you going into chicken farming? Well, I look at my face and look at my lips. I do not have a lot of money. I have something small which I'm managing with, and I'm hoping to build on it for more. And like you heard already in the first question about what I was doing and what I'm doing currently, the work I was doing wasn't giving me so much, and most especially it wasn't giving me hope for the future. And when I came out and started quite a number of things, the school seemed to be doing very, very well, but then it needs a lot of capital injection. As you may have seen some of my past videos, the structure we started with was it has to be developed every year. So beside the fees and other money that come in from the school, I have to look for money elsewhere to push into it, to build classrooms, roof it, and then finish it, up to even quite recently, about 2 or 3 days ago. And by the time you watch this video, you might have seen that particular one where I had to construct a whole new campus for the expansion of the school, for which reason I will say that the amount of investment I put into the school, it is not yet turning out profits for me. And with that, I think those who may want to start their own private schools, if they have a lot of infrastructure, then when they start the school and revenues come in, then they would begin to say they are enjoying the proceeds of the school. And then if you don't have infrastructure, it is not going to be easy, because whatever revenues that will come in, you are going to reinvest it back into the school for more classrooms, more infrastructure, more furniture, and then furnishing, among others. So that is exactly what happened in my situation. I didn't have a lot of infrastructure, and for which reason, whatever revenues that came in, that comes in, I have to reinvest it back to get more classrooms, and that strained my situation a lot. For which reason, and also beside the revenues that will come in, I always will have to look for money elsewhere to top it up in order to build more classrooms. For which reason, I thought that if I was going to pump in more money, like the 160,000 I used to construct this particular farm and running it, if I were to put it inside the school, it would just swallow it, and I wonder when that will come out. So I thought that I should just diversify a little, so that I will look into this to see whether some quick money can come in within 6 months to 1 year to supplement what is coming from the school, so that it can quicken the pace for me to be able to live, let's say, financially more, to live more financially independent, and then to live my Ghanaian dream. So that is what is happening with respect to the question as to whether I was already having money before starting this particular chicken farm. I wasn't doing badly, but then I don't have money at all. I am now looking for it, and I'm hoping that everything that will be happening here, and everything that will be happening in the school, the restaurant, and everything that we do, it will grow to levels that will meet or exceed our expectations. And we pray that God should protect all of that for us, protect our lives as well, and all those who are helping us to do all of this, God will reward them and help them meet their own aspirations in life. So this is what I wanted to share with you. These are 3 questions, and maybe when I get time again, I'll bring you answers for most of the other questions you have been asking me in the various videos I've shared so far. Thank you so much, and bye for now. If you still haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. As you can see, more and more updates are going to be coming from my side. Bye bye for now.